Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Investigate scientifically. Let's investigate the syntax of Chinese. Conduct an inquiry or investigation of. The district attorney's office investigated reports of possible irregularities. Examine so as to determine accuracy, quality, or condition. Investigate scientifically. Have a wish or desire to know something. Conduct an inquiry or investigation of. Address a question to and expect an answer from. Conduct an inquiry or investigation of. Inquire into the disappearance of the rich old lady. Have a wish or desire to know something. Address a question to and expect an answer from. I inquired about their special today. Put to the test, as for its quality, or give experimental use to. Observe, check out, and look over carefully or inspect. The customs agent examined the baggage. Consider in detail and subject to an analysis in order to discover essential features or meaning. Question or examine thoroughly and closely. Question closely. Subject to psychoanalytic treatment. Break down into components or essential features. Consider in detail and subject to an analysis in order to discover essential features or meaning. Make a mathematical, chemical, or grammatical analysis of. Break down into components or essential features. Subject to psychoanalytic treatment. I was analyzed in Vienna by a famous psychiatrist. Break down into components or essential features. Analyze today's financial market. Consider in detail and subject to an analysis in order to discover essential features or meaning. Analyze a sonnet by Shakespeare. Make a mathematical, chemical, or grammatical analysis of. Break down into components or essential features. Analyze a specimen. A large piece of fabric, usually canvas fabric, by means of which wind is used to propel a sailing vessel. A heavy, closely woven fabric, used for clothing or chairs or sails or tents. A tent made of canvas fabric. An oil painting on canvas fabric. An inquiry into public opinion conducted by interviewing a random sample of people. The setting for a narrative or fictional or dramatic account. The map that forms the floor of the ring in which boxers or professional wrestlers compete. Consider in detail and subject to an analysis in order to discover essential features or meaning. Get the opinions of people by asking specific questions. Solicit votes from potential voters in an electoral campaign. A branch of knowledge. Anthropology is the study of human beings. Give careful consideration to. Applying the mind to learning and understanding a subject, especially by reading. No schools offer graduate study in interior design. Attentive consideration and meditation. Preliminary drawing for later elaboration. Think intently and at length, as for spiritual purposes. He is meditating in his study. Learn by reading books. He is studying geology in his room. A detailed critical inspection. A written document describing the findings of some individual or group. This accords with the recent study by Hill and Dale. Be a student of a certain subject. Consider in detail and subject to an analysis in order to discover essential features or meaning. A composition intended to develop one aspect of the performer's technique. A study in spiccato bowing. A room used for reading and writing and studying. He knocked lightly on the closed door of the study. A state of deep mental absorption. She is in a deep study. Be a student. Follow a course of study. Be enrolled at an institute of learning. Someone who memorizes quickly and easily, as the lines for a part in a play. He is a quick study. An inquiry into unfamiliar or questionable activities. There was a congressional probe into the scandal. Examine physically with or as if with a probe. Probe an anthill. Question or examine thoroughly and closely. A flexible, slender surgical instrument with a blunt end that is used to explore wounds or body cavities. An exploratory action or expedition. An investigation conducted using a flexible surgical instrument to explore an injury or a body cavity. Inquire into. Examine minutely. Examine organs for diagnostic purposes. Travel to or penetrate into. Explore unknown territory in biology. The testing of an idea. It was an experiment in living. The act of conducting a controlled test or investigation. Try something new, as in order to gain experience. Students experiment sexually. A venture at something new or different. As an experiment, he decided to grow a beard. To conduct a test or investigation. We are experimenting with the new drug in order to fight this disease. Inquire into. The students had to research the history of the Second World War for their history project. A search for knowledge. Their pottery deserves more research than it has received. Attempt to find out in a systematically and scientific manner. The student researched the history of that word. Systematic investigation to establish facts. Inquire into. The students had to research the history of the Second World War for their history project. An operation that determines whether one or more of a set of items has a specified property. The activity of looking thoroughly in order to find something or someone. Search or seek. Try to locate or discover, or try to establish the existence of. The police are searching for clues. An investigation seeking answers. A thorough search of the ledgers revealed nothing. Boarding and inspecting a ship on the high seas. Right of search. Subject to a search. The police searched the suspect. The examination of alternative hypotheses. His search for a move that would avoid checkmate was unsuccessful. Military. A secret agent hired by a state to obtain information about its enemies or by a business to obtain industrial secrets from competitors. Catch sight of. Watch, observe, or inquire secretly. Catch sight of. To perceive with the eyes. A secret watcher. Someone who secretly watches other people. Secretly collect sensitive or classified information. Engage in espionage. Spy for the Russians.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.